Hey guys, this is Ryan Hiller, the owner of Legacy Gaming Company in Baldwinsville, New York, and I just wanted to do a quick impromptu of the retail store. So this is a lounge area where you can hang out with your friends, as well as do some retail shopping for gaming supplies and various themed games. So let me give you the tour of what's been going on for about 5 years. We're at Seneca Knowles Shopping Plaza, over in like the Van Buren Warners area. The new property owners redid the parking lot. They did a great job on it, made some upgrades. There's more to come with all of that. And right now you can see that we're working with our budget, and we did a perspective with this banner. We did a logo change very recently, and I'll show you the new logo and look and feel a little later on in the video. But this is the storefront, and some of you guys that know me, this is where we used to shoot pool, same plaza years ago, 25 years ago. This is my store. It's approximately 1,500 square feet. I brought in the blinds recently. I picked those up at, I believe, Lowe's a while back. And this old bowling alley bench that I put a new stain on. We've had it here for about 5 years. A year or two ago, I think last year, I put the stain on it. Nobody seemed to complain about it. Everyone seems to love it. So it's staying there. Turned out pretty well. I've got some Velcro on some of the walls for various posters that'll be going up. Those are what those little sticker dots you might see in various window panes. We did not get to replace the windows that were here. Again, financing is a thing, so we work with what we've got, and I'm very proud to show it at this point. The D&D poster, this is our most popular and probably most economic hangout event, and we host this we host on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and it's so popular that we actually host on Saturday and Sunday as well, various different hours on the website. Our hours of operation for the time being, if we end up getting more busy, we do plan to span out a little bit more on Friday and Saturday night to cater to teens and the people in their 20s that are looking to kind of hang out in the later hours past 8 o'clock or even closer to midnight or 1 a.m. And Wizards of the Coast, sent me a Magic poster. You got to put that to good use. This is where we did get our start as a Magic den, and my roots in gaming go back to about 25 years of just playing around Baldwinsville and various areas of Syracuse. Double door entry. Hopefully it's not too blurry. This is it. You can see the cameras up on the pillar there. That's all cloud-based software. We haven't had any problems with security. Looks a little bit blurry, but we're going to do this impromptu and try to get the word out there. Okay, so a general span of things. This is the entryway. And you can see the parking lot's empty. It's the COVID crisis. So this is Monday, April 27th, and we're just creeping up on essentially our 8-year point. It's actually 9 years with the 1 year of transition. So we had 3 years at the Camillus Test Market location, which was approximately 500-600 square feet, and this location's approximately 1,500 square feet. I'll show you the rest as we go through, if you're not bored already. And then let me go ahead and explain some things so people understand what exactly this place is and what we do, other than our mission statement of having an enjoyable gaming experience. We did put together a website, and I do the web design, all the advertisements. I don't write code, but you can see the various tabs and what we try to do as far as relaying information. This is the new logo, not the Game of Thrones advertisement here before the COVID crisis, or the calendar over here, but this right here is what's going to be our light up cabinet sign. The name was thought of by myself and my wife way back when we were just dating, and we thought it was a cute, neat game that kind of conveyed the message of what we do. We decided to go with Game Lounge and Retail Store. We also like Cafe. However, I'll show you the snack section as we zoom out here. We just got our coffee machine back. There's various snacks, cereal bars, Pop-Tarts, some Survivor food while you're here, as well as that is our drink selection. Okay? While you're here, you're welcome to enjoy any of that, or you can bring your own food in. Some of the gamers are here for 3, 4, 5 hours at a time, sometimes even 6 hours. So you can bring your own food in. People have a blast with that. That's just a convenient option. Again, that's just a convenient option. You can bring your own food in. People buy pizza, Chinese food. They bring in sandwiches or some sort of buffet of snacks, put it on the table, and the store does clean up the mess afterwards. Okay, that's part of what we do to cater to you guys. So people order out all the time and then bring their food in and enjoy gaming here as a common ground. Let me step back for a moment and kind of show you what exactly we've done as far as changes. We moved the comic book section over to here. And I am a Valiant fan, so most of the selection is current Valiant comics, okay? And over here, there's some of the third-party, smaller D&D books, as well as free character sheets right there. Try to zoom in so you can see that. It's a free resource, very useful. And then this is just the start of some of our board game selection. If you're shopping, there's a lot of neat stuff here, neat games. Not everything's $20, guys. Some of them are larger games, more in-depth, more pieces, and of course, so some of the games will span up a little higher in price than $20. It's what you decide to invest. You can always borrow what we have on the resource shelf. That television is for some of the D&D games. We put a virtual map right on the TV and hook it up to a computer or a tablet, and you use it flat. You put it on a flat surface and use it as a game board. Very neat. I ended up picking up a few space heaters. Space heater there. There's one over there. As well as the recycling bin trash. The large seat right over there, we have a few of those large bar stools. Those are used mainly for our storytellers, okay? Our D&D narrators. They can kind of hover over their table, their players, and be a center of attention and kind of watch the whole game. Some people really, really enjoy that, get a kick out of it. They prefer it to playing. And then there are other people that just prefer playing. Some of the table space, I'll talk about all this a little bit later on. Game of Thrones is also playing. We use the TV to play various movies while no one's using it as a store resource. Okay, so there's various board games. These are considered bestseller by one of the American board game distributors. Let me span over here. So this is where the comics used to be. You can see some of the number ones way up there. Some of the neat number ones if you're just looking to check out various new reads and get a number one. Some people think those are worth more money. That is Starfinder. That is our science fiction RPG. It's made by a company that makes Pathfinder also. Kind of runs parallel with Dungeons and Dragons. The name of the company that creates this game is Paisal. They put out a lot of really good stuff. Kind of Star Wars type themed, astronaut themed, science fiction. Science fiction fantasy is how they classify themselves. It's an excellent game. It really is. More comic books. And this is a really neat section. This is our HeroClix section. All the superheroes that you would know from the 80s and 90s, Marvel and DC, were made into essentially game pieces. Yeah, there's some more board games down below there. But all of this are like chess pieces. chess pieces with different superhero abilities. You play them on a map. Real neat. I'll elaborate on that game a little bit more. Now this section right here, I don't think you can even see this. The video is not picking this up too well. All of these pieces are, I don't think you can see that. Try to show you these over here. These are HeroClix. These are what's in those boxes. They're essentially baseball card packs that have little game minis. All these different ones. Maybe you can spot a few characters. Let me see. There's Thanos, She-Hulk, Ric Flair. Not bad for wrestling fans. All sorts of stuff. All the X-Men, all the DC Comics stuff, all sorts of stuff. And there's even gigantic ones over here. Okay, so that game is just a delightful game. It's similar to some of the other collectibles. You play it on a map, on a terrain map, a grid map. It literally is like chess. It's like a modern day chess with superheroes. Really, really neat game and worthwhile. Okay. Over this way on one of our other bookshelves, some various game suggestions in the entryway, as well as some game supply suggestions. What I'm missing on this shelf right now is some of the Zombicide line, as well as the Core Fireball Island game I just sold out of. So some more board games, just some neat suggestions. Some of the more core family stuff over here, chess, checkers, gotta have it, right? Some of the maps from D&D. Dice, we carry ChessX dice, and everyone loves their dice addictions if they're a D&D gamer. These are plastic miniature models, fantasy-themed minis. There are a lot of people that use these. They enjoy relaxing and painting these. Neat stuff. They span from like $2 to $5. Some game maps for some of the collectible card games. We don't carry a lot of those. We do have to try to be efficient with those. So we have a very small selection. Looks like I'm missing a spot up there. Blank spot. Poor use of space, Ryan. Figure something out for that. More game supplies, D&D books, some stuff, some recent arrivals, some neat stuff. More board games. These are some of the big ones that are enjoyed for family gaming, friends and family. And then it spans over here as well. More Magic the Gathering, some of the new stuff. What's playing on TV? Avengers, Infinity Wars, Uno, Bingo, Escape Room stuff, various D&D stuff, the Starfinder beginner box, some neat budgety family board games. Let me span over here. We took a table out. We're kind of going for a more relaxing look and feel. We did have this room set for about 40 people, and we're finding that the setting that we're going for is loungy, but if you're looking to rent the space for an event, you want to host a large event here with like 50 people, a birthday party, something of that nature, we do have those capabilities. Very quickly, these tables turn into that type of table, gaming tables. Okay? All right. So this section over here has grown in popularity. This is all Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Okay? You can see the maps on the wall. Some people have wall art in their offices. In my store, you can take those right off the wall, put them on your gaming table, and it quickly becomes the game board for the evening. And those usually have a grid on them, some sort of scale, so they can communicate how you move game pieces a little more orderly. All right, more about this section. All of those books, the adventure books, start right about there, and they span all the way there. That's what they have offered for 5 years now. That's all the books that they have printed, for the most part. And that's generally speaking from Wizards of the Coast, the people that own Dungeons & Dragons. Those books over there are the game supplement books. They have extra rules, extra monsters, extra reading. It really is an enjoyable hobby that some people just like reading. Some people like to know the factoids or different monster mechanics. And then those are all the adventures wherever your adventure takes you. Another TV, we've got the PlayStation there. We use the TV for all sorts of stuff. Timers, entertainment, or whatever you might want to use it for to put it to good use. Before I move on too much, these cabinets look very out of the ordinary. If I could abbreviate it for you, those that don't know what these are right now. This is where we host D&D and all of the miniatures, all the plastic pieces. You don't need to use them, but this is essentially like a silverware almost, or like plasticware, where you go out to fine dining. You need your pots, your pans, your plates, your silverware. These are all filled with minis. All of them. All of them are filled with minis. Every single one of them is filled with some sort of mini. There's the aquatic section. The goblins, the orcs, the giants. On and on and on and on and on and on. Lots of minis. Minis and minis and minis. And you can use those as part of participating in an event. Lots of them. Tons and tons and tons of them. Here are some examples for people to use, to look at from various games. This is our single section also. You can see we have giant ships, giant dragons, giant elemental creatures. This section over here is from WizKids for the most part. They make plastic miniatures for D&D, various board games that are D&D related or somehow themed in that category. This is a neat area, very popular. Some of the extra stock books outside of the store displays, so there's some overflow for you. The largest dragon we offer on the bottom shelf there. It's a 5-headed dragon. Some neat stuff, various game supplies. Looks like it's kind of dim. The quality of the video is a little dim, but you get the gist of it. I'll shift gears just for a moment. Back to 9 years when we started off. This is now our magic section. Okay, so the card on wheels that everyone remembers from 9 years ago, the small store. This is where we're at with this. That's my workstation over here. Sit behind several computers, helping everyone out when I can. So there's some game supply boxes, top of the line dragon shields over here. Some materials that got sent from Wizards of the Coast I got crafty with and decided to use it as some signage. More Ryan Hiller craftiness, using some BCW supplies to create counter space. Our card catalog is over here. I don't know if you can see it that well. This room needs a little bit of work, but that'll come with some more time. Behind here, you also see some of our overflow of comic inventory. Our card catalog over there, comic book and overflow here. Now this section is from a company called Fantasy Flight Games. Game of Thrones living card game is mainly what's stocked in this section. Now this is very similar to Magic. Some would say that it's a little more economically priced. I know that looks like a lot. It's not. All the guys that play the game are hoping for more, and it's a very enjoyable game that kind of, it's a standalone game, but it does follow suit with some of the books. Again, it's not from the movie, but it's from the books, and all of these are different portions of stories. Really, essentially, all you need is one of those house decks up there. Costs about $15, and you can have a good time. Sit in with us sometime when we reopen after the COVID crisis. Okay. We opened up our painting section a little bit more. It seemed popular. So some of the larger Dragon pieces. There's all sorts of stuff. For those that don't like the home 3D printing, don't have the resources, supplies, this is all very economically priced and all in one. And then some paints over there. Okay, we offer some paints. There's some top-of-the-line stuff up on top here. But that's just some neat economical stuff over here. Kitchen Cove, microwave, put your drinks in there. That's where we keep our cool drinks that we can't stock in the front fridge, as well as a little cabinet area for different stuff. HeroClix secondary market stuff is basically back here. What I mean by secondary market stuff is this is stuff that's out of the box. It's essentially it's either been used or we picked it up as a game piece that was worth something or is current, latest, greatest. HeroClix is a real neat game. Very neat. You have your card statistics and abilities and some classic, here's some classic X-Men stuff you can see on there. Cube furniture, Magic singles. Tear on the wall there. I do apologize for the imperfections. And that brings us to the end of our store over here. Storage, bathroom. We keep our bathroom clean. And then this room over here is our studio room. It's a small little area. This is a work in progress. It's been a tough room to put to good use. In the future, I'm hoping to have like either a t-shirt printing press in here or an office if we ever expand. It's always for rent. Some of the guys use the room as a area to with a closed door and enclosure. Some people don't like the volume, like their table can get really loud. They prefer to keep quiet in the studio. Some of the gigantic minis. I don't know if you can see those video quality, but this is like a little D&D den. We call it the studio room. More to come from all of it. That's where we're hoping to offer paint tutorials. We've got a paint section if you want to paint in-house. And then that's the store span from the other direction. Well, I've wasted about 23 minutes of your time, so I'll leave it at this. Stop in whenever. Email me at the store. I will be happy to answer your questions or get you hooked up with any sort of gaming event. If you're looking for a specific social setting, if you're looking to be a part of something, meet out with some people that are fellow hobbyists, enthusiasts. If you're just looking to put yourself out there and just kind of enjoy some different games, get a new hobby. I'm from the area. I've lived in Baldwinsville for most of my life, and this plaza is just up the road. So give me a shout whenever, or check out legacygamingcompany.com for more on events, our online catalog, and what we do. Thanks for your time. Take care.